building, man. Thanks for being here. Wednesday morning. Hope you guys having a great day. But I wanted to have a quick conversation before I hit this road. Um, Today I'm going to be addressing some comments that I had in recent videos. I got a chance to talk to some collectors, real collectors, well, in real time versus internet. Talked to a watch collector, man. Had a really nice Citizen collection, man. Really nice. And no, we didn't. I didn't film anything. I didn't record. I didn't write anything down. But I just enjoyed the conversation. But it just added to something that we talked about, and it is, how does your collection define you? Like really, your actual collection. It seems that YouTube has a number of horologists that are basing a collection around a portfolio or it's money. So I had a question for you guys as you collect, right? Those of you guys that have, like, Kev, you have a really nice collection. What's up, Bob? Good morning. What's up, Oscar? Buenos dias, watch people. How would you define your collection? How would you define it? I'll share something with you. I had a conversation, like I said, with a Citizen collector. We had a really nice talk, and this individual makes good coin. Him and his wife make good money, and they do value horology. You know, we were talking about it. They love it, and it was more of, he bought a watch for work, right? He used the bezel for like timing things at the job. Was going to House X, but he has another watch that he uses for going on vacation. Then he talked about a watch that like him and his wife got together, and like as he's going through this, I'm looking at his emotion. I'm like, you could tell that he is reliving these watch purchases, man. And I'm sitting there like, I'm just loving it, man, because it's one thing to, like, I don't mind coming on here. I love coming on here to talk about watches with you guys, but it's something different, man, when I'm talking to people and they are living through, like, the way they explain it, man, their passion. So I had a chance to talk to some other collectors because I went to a vintage watch shop, which I just dropped a short. And that video, I'm still working on it, y'all. It will be out. But I'm talking to this lady in this vintage shop, and she had the biggest watch on, man. She had on a, oh man, what is that watch company? It's out in Michigan. I'll think about it in a little bit. And her watch was like super big on her little bitty wrist, man. And I said, hey, question. Why did you choose this big watch? She said, well, I absolutely love a big guy. I love looking at these watches. I love looking down at my wrist. And it's just a beautiful thing, right? You could tell she was enchanted by the watch purchase, man. And again, she just came to life with that, you know. And then we're talking watches. I learned a lot about, you know, Tudor, some of the watches that were issued out to military, and they were made there. Like, I will get into that. But like, just going down the vintage rabbit hole, I was told before by a few collectors, like, Trap, you should collect vintage, right? And I said, well, you know what? You know, a blast to the past, I wouldn't mind having a vintage watch in my collection. But my desire for that has been redefined. You know, and I am going to add a vintage watch, and it's not just because somebody said so. It's more of the story behind it. What's up, Jay Jones? What's up, Michael? What's going on? My watch collection has been stagnant. No new watches in the last year. So, but what about the watches that you do have? The watches that you collect right now. What? Let me ask you this, Michael. What is your most worn watch right now in your collection? Oh, speaking of which, wrist check. I have on Old Faithful. I have my Hamilton. I haven't really taken this off. It's between that and, matter of fact, I'm going to show you what I have with me. My Tissot PRX. You guys have seen this before. I was just on a road trip, right? Had to make a delivery. And on the delivery, I'm looking down at my watch, and I'm like, man, I really like this watch. And I'm talking about this Tissot, this PRX. I really like this watch. I really do. It's enjoyable. It's comfortable. I do have white straps coming for this watch. Um, but the term entry level has been thrown out. We've like discussed this online. What's entry? What's affordable luxury? All of that goes out the window when it comes down to the wearability of this watch. One, it's comfortable. Two, I just like the design of it. Really like this watch, man. It's reliable. Um, and I really don't get hung up on the actual specs of this watch. I really don't. I don't get hung up on the specs. I just like the way the watch feels on my wrist. I like looking down at it. I like the fact that I call it Snake Eyes, right? And it lives up to its name, man. We go on missions on a regular basis. These are my two most worn watches so far this year. These are my two most worn, and I would say I'll get into this one too. Like saying, you guys have seen this one multiple times before. It's not running right now, but I'll get into that one. But all of these watches, all my watches have stories, or there's a reason for me purchasing these watches. Let me get into it. Your 1960 Vulcane. Okay. Griffin's in the building? Yo, keeping up with the Griffins in the building. What's going on, man? My man Joe just celebrated a birthday, man. Just celebrated a birthday. It's beautiful celebrating life. Um, and you know what? I wanted to have some music playing this morning with this because you know what really strikes me, man, life is short. Got up and I was just like, man, I'm so thankful just for life, just being able to breathe and stuff like that. And the third world problems we have, we like, what watch are we going to wear today? You know, what shoes are we going to put on our feet? And we have a closet full of things and all these trinkets and stuff like that. I'm just thankful for life. I was listening to what is that? It's a Wonderful World. I listened to that last night, going to bed, and that's in my head this morning, man. Man, life is beautiful. And then I went online after I looked at my Bible app. I looked at the verse of the day. Then I went straight into what's being talked about, and it's really across the board, man. It's like you either gonna have a YouTuber showing a new watch, which you know, like that's cool. I'm not knocking that, but like really, what is life defined through these watches, man? I have a watch from Dufresne. I don't show that this often. And this watch is worn in the summer, spring, on vacation. But this watch is from a micro brand out in Texas, and he does great work. It's a great watch. It's well crafted timepiece, and I'm not comparing this against any other watch that's out on the market right now. I'm not. I'm judging this watch by what it is. I love the green color. The fact that this watch is called Travis. That's my first name, but this is actually named after Lake Travis, which is a beautiful lake, huge, beautiful lake that brings a lot of people to it, you know. And I just think about it like this: the people in Texas support this brand, and I know that because I talked to some people in Texas that own these watches. Now, you may not see this in Indiana, you may not see it in Chicago, unless you come across me or somebody else that just happen to have it going to one of these watch events. But just think about this. We're living in a time where we got people that are designing watches, that are putting watches together. And yes, they're using movements that are manufactured, you know, off the shelf, that, as they would say. None of that even matters, though. None of that really matters, man. In the grand scheme of it. Unless, let me say this, let me take that back. It don't matter to me. It does not matter to me about the movement. I know, like, lately they've been using the Salida 202, which has the power reserve on it. Like, I know that's, and I said that, I was like, we're going into the power reserve, but like, if you just scratch the specs, if you just take specs off the table right now, what does your watch collection really say? And I know, hold up, I know Bob's in here, Jay Jones in here. It's Aragon today. Bob, you been on the Aragons, bro. S1 Rally, you got an S1 Rally on. No, sorry, mister. I am less than zero. My favorite watch is Citizen, Chandler, and Chronograph. Getting a lot of wrist time. Bro, yeah. And it should, man. You know, it's crazy if, like, okay, let's say, for instance, you have friends that know that you're a watch collector and they see your watch and they dare buy you one, they get, man, like if you are, let's say, I'm gonna use Bob for example. Bob, I know if I was to give Bob a watch, I would have to really ask his wife, like, what Aragon don't he have in his collection, and I will get him that watch. But I know that's what he likes. That's the style that he has, right? Uh, let's say Hannibal. If I was to get Hannibal a watch, now I pretty much know there's some watches I don't know that he has, but if I was to get him a watch, right, I wouldn't be. I can get a Laco, right, and I wouldn't fail by getting him a Laco. I know he'll appreciate it, but that defines who he is. That's the style that he goes. You know, the guy I call Oracle. You know what I'm saying? Long Ranger. If I was to get him a watch, I could get him a chronograph, right? And I know he likes chronographs, whether he uses them or not. I know he likes that, and I know there's vintage pieces that he would definitely like from. I was about to say Longines. Well, Longines as well, right? These watches define, and I know that. If Vic was in here, man, if there was a Magnum, if Invicta was still doing Magnums, right? If they did like an automatic chronograph, they just brought it back out. I know I can get that, and I will, man, he'll love that watch. That's what he's defined by. There's a number of people on YouTube right now that, I'm talking about the talking heads. I wouldn't know what watches they're defined by, except for like, hey, as long as I get you something expensive. But I'll tell you a story that a guy just told me. He went out and bought a Rolex, right? Eventually, he broke down and bought a Rolex. He reached for the crown. He grabbed the crown, got it, didn't like it. He regretted it. I'm talking about he regretted it. He thought long and hard. He said, man, dude, like, man, I just spent a lot of money on this watch. I'm not going to disclose how much he spent, but like, he's like, I spent a lot of money on this watch. Oh, man, waited for it the whole night. And he's more into his boulevards than anything else. He's into his boulevards and citizens. And then this has got me. I would have never thought, like, he's into AliExpress. He'd pull up an AliExpress watch, and I said, wait a minute, so you like all these, not that it's surprising. It's not surprising, but like, that's what this guy desires. He desires to be comfortable. He wants something fun. He don't want to spend a lot of money because he thought that, he's being honest with me, he thought that once he got that watch that his status would be like up here. He'll come in and people are like, oh, you got the Rollie, oh man, that's dope. He said they might even notice. And they know he wears watches. That's the thing. They know he wears watches, but people didn't even know that he got a Rolex. Walked in, he said he's proud, like, yeah, I got my Rollie on, and nothing, crickets. And then he felt like, why did I spend that much money on this watch? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, it's one of them things you want to fit in with the crowd. I don't know. So I do have a question, man. Like, is your watch collection, is it based on specs? Do you get it merely for specs? I know that's the other thing too, is like, hey, I want my deviation time to be as low as possible. I want it to be, if it's not chronometer certified, I want it to be the chronometer certified specs, man. I want less than 4 seconds a day, yeah, but and here's the other thing too, if you have that watch, that automatic watch that's running at 2 seconds per day, right? And you have other watches that you are wearing, and you only pull that watch out once, like you rotate it once a week or once every 2 weeks, that deviation time really don't matter. You don't wear it enough for it to matter. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's like, I wanted to do this, man, because the conversations I've been having, man, have been very interesting with people. Some people out here are spending money just to fit in. People are spending money chasing the specs, and then they get the watch and don't even like it, man. That's the crazy part. Imagine spending $6,000 on a Bell & Ross, right? And you get it because, hey, there's in your area, particular people, they wear it. They wear Bell & Ross, and you want to fit in with them. You get the Bell & Ross, you're like, ooh, I really don't like this, like how this feels on my wrist. Imagine buying a Norcane right now. You go and spend the $7,000 on a Norcane, and you get it, and you like, I don't wear it as much. It doesn't apply to my everyday. I need an everyday watch, but you just spent $7,000, so now it goes in a box. And then you're like, man, I still gotta go out and get a watch that I can wear every day. That is interesting. Hold on, let me get into the comments section real quick. Yo, ordinary watch guys in the building, man. What's going on, fam? Good morning, trapping everyone. What's going on, Julius? Hill Caesar. Ordinary watch guy. They have a lot of different brands. PA and Indy has some serious vintage tutors. Yeah, they do. To me, it's how a watch makes you feel. That should be the case. That should be the case. But is that really what's going on? I can go through 15 different channels right now that has presented watches. And again, this isn't a dig on any channel at all. Do your thing. However, the question remains, every watch that's being presented, and every I was watching one video and it said the top 5 micro brands you should get. There's well over 500 micro brands. How do you determine that? What are you basing this off of? This is my curiosity. I would love to know that, like, how. And I'm basing that off of I came up in an era where Car and Driver was a magazine I read all the time, man. And they literally, that's their job, is to test every car. They're going through, they're looking at specs, they're testing them, they put them on tracks, they're seeing how they handle, they're seeing the fuel model. There's a lot. So for you to say the top 5 micro brands of all time, like, especially when you do it, like, that's such a bold statement. And then I'm looking at it, there's still some people that's considering Christopher Ward as a micro brand. Not so. They're making their own movements over there. That's an independent brand, man. That is a modern day modern day interpretation of Rolex. How that's going. That's our, like, in today's standards. And as far as quality is concerned, am I saying that the Christopher Ward quality stands up to Rolex? No. I'm talking about how it's marketed and the fact that, like, they are making watches, and we're in a time frame where there are watchmakers that are alive today, which I think is pretty dope, honestly. Whether you can afford to watch or not, man, that is awesome that, like, we have actual watchmakers alive today that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I also like the fact that you have watch designers, people that are using movements that are available, taking those movements, modifying them for the things that you guys are asking for online. You guys are asking for, to be like, hey, I want to watch a bigger power reserve, or I want to watch that can do, let's see, it can take extreme temperatures, right? You know what I'm saying? There's stuff that people ask for on a regular basis, but just know when you ask for these things, there's a cost involved. There's a cost. I'm gonna tell you know what company I'm gonna show you, and I haven't shown this watch in a very long time. My Swiss watch company piece. It's Mark II, divers, 43 millimeters, thick boy. This has a Salida 200 in it. It's a nice one. I gotta go to work. I gotta make sure I'm not late. This watch was actually designed by a man that works in Swatch Group. And this man, not only does he work in the Swatch Group and is an advisor, he did QC, and literally is an advisor for other watch brands right now to this day. He's a big deal. The family behind this, it is a big deal that this watchmaker, or this horologist, if you will, is available right now. And he has his own watch company, which does not get talked about at all. I haven't seen anybody do a review or talk about a Swiss watch company piece. And I still like, I rock this piece, not as often as I should. I got it back in rotation now. This is a solid watch. I mean, solid. It's extremely solid. I fell out of love with it because I had so many other watches that I was, like, really leaning towards. You know, like Vincianico. I was gonna jump down the Vincianico, like, rabbit hole because of this watch, of this piece, man. And once I looked at it, I said, man, this thing is really, really nice. And then I looked at, and I went to Chicago Windup last year, and they were there, and I said, you know, I can get with their piece. That's a company that I was like, I can really get with. It's a company I think that will be around for a while. But then I started thinking, like, what watch would I get? Now, for the most part, people love divers. A lot of people love divers, and I do too. But then I started gravitating more towards aviation and field watches, and then this one right here, it's Laurier, a company that you can hardly even get the watch. Man, they watches sold out. Even Visitor, I don't have my Visitor with me. Visitor has one watch available. And I'm not showing you all these watches like, hey, go out and buy these. But like, as far as definition, by definition, I like this watch. I think this is a vintage style timepiece. This is close to vintage that I'm gonna get. And I'm like, yo, this is a hero watch to me. Because I think about 007. Even though this isn't a Rolex, y'all get the gist of it. Because like the company literally took elements of the Seamaster and the Submariner. And there was one more, I believe. There were three watch brands that they were inspired by when they made this watch, which I was like, yo, that's dope. I like that. Let's see. I want to make sure I get everybody's comment. Man, it's based on what I like. Now, hey, swag, and you know what? Watch today, Spinnaker Hull Blue. Oh, watch! I just took that watch out of this box, bro. That blue hole, that watch is comfortable. I love that watch, man. Atlas and Temple is the mecca. I promise it is. Ooh, comments. This is nice. Trap showing off again. Get out of here. If you have the cash, then buy what you like to buy. Buy one watch or 1,000 watches. You only live once. Enjoy yourself while you're here. It's your money. It's your money. You want to? Hey, man, bro. Hey, listen. Yes. I get that, bro. I get that. But here on YouTube, and this is why I want to bring this comment up. I want to bring this topic up. I said comment. This topic up. One, for questioning. Two, to voice my opinion on it. And anybody that wants to jump in and say anything about it, man, just like leave your comment. If you watch this on replay, leave your comments. But while you guys are here, I think this is a serious conversation, because you, as a collector, you may be solid with what you do as far as buying. You may be like, hey, you can't move me either way. The needle will not move unless I move it. I get my collection defines what I feel is important. And if that's about you, like you want the most expensive watches to make yourself feel better about whatever, that's you. You know what I'm saying? But there are people that's watching that they don't know which way to go. They look at their favorite YouTuber and they like, hey, this watch is the dopest, man. Like I seen the Tudor, the Bumblebee. That's been wildly popular. Okay, so why isn't that the last year's timepiece chronograph from Tudor? Why is that out? Why is the Bumblebee in? The Bumblebee don't even go with everything. It's yellow. And what if you're not a yellow type of person? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a specialty piece, man. Like that one. It's not gonna match everything, but you go out and spend the money, or you save up the money, or you like sell some stuff to get to it because that's the most popular thing. Like, I hope that this reaches somebody that's like, hey, think about this first. Your watch collection should define who you are. It should just bring a smile to your face. It should make you feel a certain way when you pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you this. Well, I would say this is Phoebus and Long Island timepiece, right? I put it on that, man, because I was like, hey, man, this reminds me of the Devastator. And I throw that watch on, and sometimes when I look at that watch, I'm like, ooh, that thing, that's nice, man. Like the dial, love the texture on it. It's a dope watch, right? And I look at that when I look at my Glycine. It's a dope watch. I love wearing my Glycine pieces. I like looking down, man. I feel accomplished at times, man. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I remember there was a time where I couldn't even do this. Now I can. And you know, that question, that happens on YouTube all the time. Do you spend, if you had $10,000, do you buy a $10,000 watch, or do you buy multiple? The answer is not wrong if you say I'm buying multiple. I have the same watch, Swiss Watch Company, in the gray color. Yes, sir. Or at least have share ownership. JJ, I remember when I heard this is my last watch. Man, bro, Jay Jones said that so long ago. I have the Tudor Black Bay 58, Monaco Hoyer, Bambino Orient, and Yellow Metal. Ooh, that Orient Bambino, that's sick work, man. That's a watch. I think, in my humble opinion, man, Orient is so slept on, man. Underrated. That's a solid watch, y'all. Hey, man, if you have never, just look at an Orient Bambino, man, and it's kind of hard. Like, I don't even know where you, oh, man. You just have to go online and look, and just look on YouTube if it's not in your area. Because I can go look at a Bambino in a couple of stores around me. They have pre-owned pieces. Cocoa butter. What are we talking? What? KY? What is going on in here? What? Hold on. I'm not even about to address that. Spokes and Vogues. Trap soft as Dr. Cotton. Bro, what are we talking about? What are you talking, bro? Oh, no problem. Absolutely multiple, bro. Let me tell you something. $10,000, 10 grand. Boy, if I had $10,000 to spend on the watch right now, ooh, yo, I'm tearing that thing down, boy. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I think the first watch, honestly, I know the first watch I get is a Doxer. The first two watches I'm getting are Doxers. I'm getting the Doxer 200 and that 750. I like those watches. They're super dope, man. I got you. The 10 in the building. Could be. Oh, snaps. Yeah, Orient are really nice watches. If you had a caddy, you have to have those on it. Trues and Vogues, boy. Hey, man, listen, man. All right, make sure I'm just checking the time. I got like 5 more minutes and I'm up out of here. Here's the deal. Y'all know I love getting on here and I love talking about this stuff. I love showing the watches, man. So this actually acts as a state of the collection as well, because I have watches that I gravitate towards. This was a gift, but like this one, I just like this one. When you look at it, man, you're like, yo, this is a watch, an everyday piece. I put it on that white leather. It's just an everyday piece, man. You're like, yeah, man, I dig this watch. Man, I really like this watch, man. Quartz timepiece. And quartz is not the devil, man. I know some people are like, man, I can't stand, I don't want no quartz watch. Hey, man. That's that accuracy. You want accuracy, people complain about that. You ain't getting no more accurate than that. Especially if you went and got, like, you know, in the cheapest way, man. Instead of you getting the Citizen, man, go get you a bull of a, and then you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone if you into history. And that's the other thing. Hold up. If you're into history, man, they got the Bullet for Moon watch. That has history. That thing has done stuff. But like historical value, there are watches that are historical, that are inexpensive, man. The Devil Diver, you know, like from Boulevard, that's another watch. Tissot has watches that's been in movies. Hamilton's definitely been in movies. There's things, but then if not, bro, why don't you make the story? Why don't you tell the tale of all stories, man, with the watch that you wear? So if it is your Pagani design, yeah, and I know Pagani Design is a homage-based company, but that watch that you have on your wrist was used to protect the president or something, or save a little kid from drowning. You jumped in the water and you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a story. You the hero. You wore your Pagani Design, whatever it was. Yeah, and that's not a reach. That's real talk. Hey, because I can tell you this is something I saw on YouTube, because this was talked about, the Invicta's talked about real bad, but there's one Invicta that was actually showcased and toured overseas, and they was in the UK. That watch became a popular piece. It became one of the most talked about watches, and I actually have that piece. I have that watch right now. Not the one that they had the rainbow color one. But yeah, that watch. And with this, what was said, Invicta's hideous. However, because these people that are considered to be so prestigious and like they're held in high esteem, that Invicta piece was given a pass by a few collectors, by a few talking heads on here. which I found, I'm like, yo, you talked about that watch. You talked about Invicta Company so bad. Now, they said they disdain for the watch. However, they said, well, you know what? I mean, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum or whatever, but you do, though. And that discourages people on YouTube that's watching YouTube. Oh, I shouldn't get that. Hey, if that watch, if it was attractive to you, whether it's an Invicta, Aragon, Pagani, I don't care what it is. If that watch is attractive to you, why not? Why not? Because it doesn't have the cachet of other companies. I heard a cat talk. Wait a minute. Now, this one blew my mind. This one blew my mind. How do you... Please, somebody help me understand. How can you call a watch company like Tudor, Nomos, but how can you call these companies trash, and the only companies that matter are like AP, Patek, and Rolex? What? That don't make no sense at all. To me, that makes no sense. How can... Wait a minute. And then on top of that, Tudor is a sister brand to Rolex, and you said it's trash in comparison. It doesn't compare. Well, maybe we need to stop comparing. Maybe we need to stop comparing. You know, I watched a video, a review of one watch, and they kept referring back to like Rolex in comparison to this inexpensive watch. And I was like, wait a minute. Hold up, this is just a YouTube thing, man. This is a social media thing, man. Because I'm going to tell you this, man. The people I talk to, like, regular around here in this area, or if I go out when I'm on the road, I'm driving across the road, I went to this one stop. I went to the truck stop. I get out truck. I go in there, refuel, whatever, and I'm coming out, and I hand them out to Soul. The guy, he recognized it. He said, hey, man, I got the gentleman. And, like, what do you think about this? We're talking, right? And this dude thinks the world of Tissot. He thinks Tissot is the best brand ever. That's all he got is Tissot in his collection. He thinks that watch company is the best ever. Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Because I know that on YouTube, some people are like, oh, that's cool that you're in there. As long as you into watches, I'm good with it. But I'm like, one, nobody needs your permission, period. Nobody needs your permission. I don't need to pass from you to say I'm a person that I belong. I don't need that from you. The nerve. The nerve, bro. Like, the nerve. What? Come on, bro. That's crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I just think I want the Grand Seiko Quartz. Oh, you talking about accuracy. That's a beautiful watch, too. I'm also trying to sell my new South Baltimore FXK. Ooh, that's... I would say you shouldn't have a problem with that, but well, I guess, you know, you just gotta, I guess, go in the right circle, because I'm sure somebody wants to buy that. Can't hear the wife when she calls me from the basement. The tick of my Timex keep me awake at night. Hey, that's facts. It hurts. Yo, I put my Timex in a box under the bed, bro. Like, get out of here. Oh, the original OC. Comparison is thief of joy. True. Trap had about 250 Invictus. I had more than that. Already sold it. Hey, Lee, what's up, man? Comparison is the thief of joy. Nah, oh, hold up, wait a minute. OC, you talking about Tudor's boring? Or me? Or both? I've heard that before. What could possibly happen on Wednesday? Bro, who knows? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know what could possibly happen on a Wednesday. But I tell you what, I know one thing. I come into contact with a lot of people, and I risk check people, man. I risk check when I go out. And I've heard on YouTube people say, "Hey, I don't do the risk check thing, man. I don't like ain't nobody looking at risk." I do. You can't possibly say that. I do, and some of y'all do too. Some of y'all be out there looking like, what do you got on your wrist? And that start the conversation, and we can have these debates. We can have them all day. Let's see, Wednesday is earnings day for major stocks. You would know that. Hey, one of the greatest figures on the planet just came into the atmosphere here on Trapvision, man. Robert Wood, everybody, man, stand to your feet. Give this man a round of applause. Give him the respect that he deserves, man. The greatest voice on YouTube today, on one of the greatest live streams, man. I don't hold a candlestick to these people over there, man, at the Hangout, man. I'm just saying. Amazing stuff, bro. You should know that, Trap. Hey, Trap. Nori from Drink Champs is wild. He said he looks at a person watch to see if he should respect them or not. Hey, wait a minute. I saw that, bro. Listen, I watched Drink Champs. And that's the thing too. Here's a harsh reality. You will never ever. I don't care. People can hate on Rolex, Cartier, AP. That could be like the bane of your existence as a watch collector, because we've had these conversations. Everybody's not in a position to buy. And if you're in a position to buy, you may want to get something else. But that is a known thing, man. Especially, and something I don't talk about. I watched, like, as far as the rap community, hip hop, the biggest flex in there is going to be a Rolex, AP, or Patek. There's nothing else. Oh, wait a minute, a Richard Mille. Those will be the only flex. Those will be the biggest flexes out there. And that's what people strive to. And that's why the market, secondary market, the theft market, let's say the theft market, when they making these one-for-one copies, there's a company that reaches out to me on a regular basis on Instagram. It's like, hey, Trap, we could get you a Rolex, box of papers, $600, but if you get your audience to buy in, you get your watch free. Man, I'm like, yo, come on, man. You think I'm about to pass off a fake? But then how many people are out here faking, man? There may be some talking heads up there that got Rolexes on that may be fake. We don't know. And if you do, that's on them. You know what you are. It's all about status, though. It's all about how you look in your watch on YouTube. Who has the best watch? Who's reaching for the crown? Because that is the number one thing that's talked about on YouTube. Who's reaching for the crown, baby? There's nobody reaching for a Laurier except for me and a few other folks. There's nobody reaching for it to sew but me and a few other folks, but that's fine though. I didn't come on here to get the whole, hey, Trap, you get brownie points for having certain set watches in your collection. Oscar, yes. Yes, Bob, Aragon has some great prices. Rocking your Seamaster, what are you rocking? And let me rock that Seamaster. Anyone here owns an Erebus? I've got some beautiful Aragons. They were $100 to $150. Now my head can't fit through the door, thanks. Oh, watch the cooling their own way. Yeah. That's not, but they don't say that, man. They don't say that on YouTube, man. YouTube, I'm telling you, man, YouTube is a place of, you know what you have, it's so opinionated. I do like the banter back and forth, man. It gets spicy on here. It gets spicy. And I'm so glad I made it this far in my career on YouTube, if you want to call it a career. Because my early days, man, I just get heated, boy. I'd be ready to fight some of y'all. Not y'all in the chat, but like other YouTube personalities, man. They be talking too much. I'm like, oh, bro, you do realize I come to cities and I come to spots that you come to, I will fight you, bro. Like, that's my early years. People that's been rocking me for nothing. Yeah, no, man. Yeah, it took a minute for me to get out of that. My first 3 years on YouTube, I've been on. This would be my 8th year. My first 3 years, I was a hothead. Because I just enjoyed. I just want to say my piece and just come on here and share what I want, like what I wanted to with the community. But then you had all the high-end people coming in like, yo, why are you talking about this? I'm like, because it's needed. There's people on this end of the horology calendar or a spectrum that high-end watches aren't a thing for them. They know they exist, but they like, hey, they much rather have their Aragons. They much rather have their Orients. They much rather have their Seikos. There's a whole Seiko fan club, which is wild. Good question, Benson. Oscar, what's your address? Ha! Okay, what's your address? That's crazy. Bull of Marine Star. Yes, sir. So Ben 10, are you done? Are you done collecting micro brands? I'm like for me, bro, like I hit that wall. I'm like, there's so many micro brands to go after. I'm like, I'm cool on that, man. I'm sticking to what I know. I haven't purchased a watch in a minute anyway, but yeah, I'm sticking to. I mean, cause I wear these like these are daily wears, man. I jump in my truck and I go, this is perfect for me. It's perfect. My Tissot is perfect for me. Even my Glycine Airman, that's perfect. I like them, but overall, a waste of money. I have enough now. Yeah, you got some. But you know what, Benton, you got some nice pieces, man. Here's a problem with that in the culture: that people can't really afford that. Well, I shared this before. I'll share this. I'm gonna bounce out of here. I talked to economists over when I was at Atlas and Temple. We were talking vintage watches, but like he's literally been in the business, man. This guy worked for Breitling for 20 plus years, and he stated this one thing. He said the average person in America makes about $58,000 a year, right? The average. It's hard enough for them to spend $500 on a watch, let alone $5,000. You got people that are like choking on trying to spend $300 on a watch. They want it, but they like, yo, I can't because the average is $58,000. So think about those people that's below that. Within that average, you got people that's bringing home $34,000 a year. They may have $2,000 a year to spend on just frivolous stuff, maybe. But the way fuel and food costs and everything else, yeah, that's going to knock out a lot of people. And even those people that want to buy a Rolex, right? And they're in that average. They don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've had conversations with people about this, man. Like, they want a Submariner, a particular Submariner, or they don't want to get the Datejust. They like, yeah, I know the Datejust is one of the most iconic, but I want a Submariner or a Daytona. And I'm like, Daytona, whoo, you'll get a Submariner before you get a Daytona. So then people go to the homage pieces, man. They go over to AliExpress and be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just get the look. Spend $80 to get the look. And some people fall in love with it, and I know them. They fall in love with it, and they say, you know what? Even if I made the money, I wouldn't get it. I don't know if that's particularly true though. I don't think it is. I personally don't think it's particularly true. Because I think if you were in a position to buy that Rolex, and if that's something that you like, I mean, because I had a Rolex. I bought one, man, which was crazy. No, wait. I went over to Kuwait, got a Rolex. Like it was nothing. Just walk in. Oh, I like that one. How much is it? $3,000. All right, boom. Here you go. I was like, man, that was a lot to spend back then, bro. I was like, yo, I just spent $3,000 on a watch, man. I gave myself a quick headache, man. I was like, man. But the thing about it is, like, if I'm looking at it the way it is right now, I'm just gonna enjoy what I like. I'm gonna just enjoy my watches and keep it moving, man. That's what you should be doing. At the end of the day, you should be enjoying your watches. And if you let somebody on YouTube just disturb your peace, then you just let them disturb your peace. You can't blame nobody else. If you go out and spend some money on a watch and you didn't like it, man, with my favorite YouTuber said it was the best. Hey, I'm telling you, you better go try it before you buy it if you can. Some watches you can't. Some watches you can't. I pick one micro brand, at least one Ocean. I have 3 on 5, sold 2, did well. Okay. Once you spend a few thousand, it gets boring. Rolex and RMs prove you have more money than brains. Stocks are better for me, but also boring to most. Mention your logic is just starting to outweigh your romanticism. What did it take, brains, to get money? You are being haters on more expensive. Try before you buy. True. Nowadays, there are plenty of watches with extra spec that doesn't cost not even a fourth of a Rolex. And there's some nice stuff out there. You got Nomos, man. You got, I mean, like Doxa, like for us a diving watch, man. You got Doxa, man. And I'll tell you another brand that's been talked about quite often lately is Traska for a micro brand. Traska's been talked about, been brought up. Yeah. It's quite amazing. Man, bro, got enough? Yeah. We always come up with that one. Hey, y'all. So that's my time because man, it's a good thing my truck is right up the street. Some great. Some are great but cheaper. And you know what, Ben? There are some watches that are built to spec at a lower price. There are some in AliExpress. The only problem with that is exploring and going through, like, do you want to go through $300, $400, $1,000? Hold up, wait a minute, $4,000 worth of buying, cheaper watches to see which one? Nah, man, like, nah. Now, I guess you could take the word for it for those that are doing the reviews online. Like, I hope our tastes align. I hope my level of quality aligns with your level. That's the risk you take when listening to YouTubers that have tested out the AliExpress or the micro brands. But I always say, man, if one of these places come near you, yeah, go ahead and go get it. Go do it. Go try it out. What truck you driving? International. Bobo, baby. Wearing the Zellos out of the box is not great. I have seen $10,000 Chinese watches. Insane. Man, I can't think of it. It's a company I came across that was crap. They started out as a mining company or something like that, where they was doing drill bits or something like that. I think they were doing drill bits. Why can't I think of the name of this company? Say something. Watching James actually got one of those watches. Yeah. So I agree. There are plenty of brands that are good for money. You can't tell me a Rolex is $10K better. Plenty of watches for under $1,500 that are fantastic. Frederic Constant is an amazing watch right there. Frederic Constant, and you can get one of those for $900. You can get a quartz for $750. Yeah, you want, and you talking about excellent finishing and stuff like that. Yeah, that watch is legit. Yeah, in-house. Yeah, those. Yeah, try one of those if you want to get something. Frederic Constant is weak. Wow, bro, that's rough, bro. For the price, are you serious, bro? Oh, you stabbed me in the heart, bro. Dang. I'm about to go cry in the car. All right, man. Can't compare it to Rolex. It's just a bargain, which is good. Yeah, Rolex is Rolex. Timex is Timex. And I'll say this. For those of you guys that are watch reviewers, and you keep using a Pro Diver to compare it to a Rolex Submariner. Why, bro? How, bro? Like, how? Outside of it looking like a Rolex, how are you comparing specs? And I see some of you guys are reviewing a freaking Pro Diver up against a Rolex. You can't tell me this isn't just as good as it. Stop it. Say I got the watch for the look. Aesthetically speaking, it looks like the Submariner. Outside of that, this thing compares to a Seiko, bruh. It has an NH35 or it's a Leader 200. It gets 40 hours of power. Depending on how you wind it, depending on the temperature and stuff like that. Man, come on, bro. Stop it. I'm out of here. All watches on fire. Someone drank all the Rolex Kool-Aid. Uh-oh. I can't put in the Victor next to Rolex. It is the same. Rolex punch. Guzzle. All right. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. 49 minutes. This is supposed to have been a 25-minute video, a live stream. I could never do it. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys, the comments, man. I hope if somebody made it this far on a replay, man, you're a real one. But please put down your comments below what you think about this topic, man. Is your collection boring? Is it live? Are you loving it? Is it based off of YouTube? I don't know. All right, until the next lightning strike. Thank you, man. When they watch, guy, man, my man. Hey, bro, go watch that. Hey, that video, you did a great job, man, with editing. That was amazing, bro. I loved it. I laughed through that thing, man. Yeah, you're a real one, bro. I appreciate y'all though, man. Y'all be blessed. Out of this thing.